Hey guys, welcome back to Micho Makes. My name is Micho. I like to make stuff. Today I've caught part number 100 of the Toyota Sprinter Trueno AE86 by DeAgostini. This is the 1/8 scale massive model that we're building together. Without further ado, let's just jump into this one. Alright, starting off, we've got our cover here. Got another box. We had a box last time. Open that up. We've got our part in here, and it looks like the part is the inner skin of the hood. Looks like we have some stickers here too as well, and looks like the hood pin too. So it's funny, they've got the inner skin of the hood, but we actually already assembled our carbon fiber hood right over here. You can take a look at it. So we'll take a look and see what this part has available for us, because we might not do anything on this. We'll see. All right, and we'll take a look at the magazine. All right, here's the magazine. Let's check it out. All right, let's check it out. Okay, so we've got another article on variations of vehicles. So it starts off with, I guess, modern vehicles like the Crown. And the Crown is one of Toyota's lines that they run out, and they actually were, I guess, in the article it states that the Crown was struggling as a brand, as a name, and so what they did was they made variations of that. So you have like an SUV crossover style, sporty style too as well, but also a passenger vehicle style Crown to really kind of keep the brand alive as much as they possibly can. So variations, and they use actually the AE86 as an example, having the Ford, not the four door, but the hatchback and the two-door model. I'm sorry, not two-door, but the liftback model with the coupe model, and then also the Levin and then the Trueno too as well. So variations to keep certain brands alive is something that it's pretty common, it seems like, because the article goes on and talks about the Coronas here, right here, we have right here. So they had the same thing back in the day with different variations, like a wagon version, like even like a ute truck version right there too as well, sportier versions, and just variations of what people want to see, and people are willing to pay extra for those trim levels, let them have that. So just trying to get this in focus so you guys can read that. Take a look at that. Okay, cool. And then we have which one is? The Corona. So this is the Corona, yeah. And this is a variation of that too as well. All right, my apologies. I'll go back and edit this, but so my apologies. This is actually the old versions of the Crown. Obviously, this is the Corona too, and they did variations too. You can see the same thing where they did kind of a truck style bed here too as well. You have the 4-door. You've got a 2-door variation too. So the way to keep more appeal, especially when you've got more, sales are down, or you're trying to get more mass market appeal, variations of what people actually want is something that they do. They actually bring up in the article Skyline too as well, moving from the first generation to second generation and accommodating larger engines. You actually have the first and second generation Skylines right here that the magazine is referring to, and this how increasing sales and making sure people find vehicles and trim levels that they like is really important for car sales in general. And then we have a nice little article on the Mark IV Supra, the JZ80. If you don't know what this vehicle is, definitely look it up. It is very, very much an iconic vehicle, especially in Toyota's line. They just released the Supra, I guess a reissue, but it's more of like a BMW collaboration. The Mark IV Supra was 100% a Toyota project, so same with the Mark III Supra. But Toyota seems to be outsourcing and collabing a lot with different manufacturers now, especially with like the current GR862 as well. They use Subaru engines, Boxer engines. So this car is super cool. Obviously, they actually even reference it to on this page, Fast and the Furious. If you've never seen that movie, they definitely have a pretty big following. The way that they had built this vehicle out, really got popularized. I've known about this for a while. I've sat in it. I've driven one too as well. They're super, super fast. One thing that's really funny about this cockpit too as well, this driver's seat, everything is pointed at the driver. Like sometimes you'll see in other cars, even like the 86, it's kind of spread out. Everybody can kind of see gauges. It's mostly flat. They actually intentionally made the driver's area round and pointing at the driver. Like if you're a passenger, you don't really see access to anything in the Supra, kind of front console. And the thing, they come in two twin turbo variations. You can get naturally aspirated too as well. They have 6-speed manuals or automatic ones too as well. So there is a very, very iconic car. Super expensive now. People can put upwards in that 2JZ engine, 1,000 horsepower plus, which is kind of crazy in the inline six. Lots and lots of power can be generated from these things. But I mean, they're iconic for a reason. Personally, not a big fan of the newer BMW ones, but that's just me, right? I mean, that's what my opinion is. Other people love them. Great, enjoy them. It actually brings access to the Supra name, but in my opinion, Mark IV Supra is the most iconic. All right, and we jump right into this part here. I actually forgot. We hadn't done this in a while. Actually, we did have a hood. I totally forgot, and it was just sitting in my box. So we've got the hood skin here. We've actually got some hose. I'm going to take a look at that. It looks like we're going to be cutting some windshield wiper hose. Basically the same thing we did with the carbon fiber one, which is kind of crazy. What's really cool, there are stickers. I don't know if I want to put these stickers on the stock one. Maybe I will, because I do kind of want it on the carbon fiber one. But I mean, honestly, the carbon fiber one wouldn't have stickers on it anyways if it's third party. But seems like a pretty short part, so let's just jump into it. All right, starting off, we'll just take a look at the bumper, the hood skin real quick. It is plastic like just the other one. It probably is exact same mold as they did for the carbon fiber one, but you can see the vents here. And again, these vents have actually a purpose because they actually did take heat from the engine itself, and then you could actually turn on your heater and actually it would help blow that hot air onto you if you needed. So that's actually kind of cool. Then we've got some ANM screws. Make sure you can see that. ANM screws. We've got a couple pins. Oh, this is the redirection hose for the windshield washer. Then we've got the hood latch here, little metal spring that we showed before. And we've got a couple stickers here. Oh, actually, they give us two. Oh, that's great, actually. So, obviously, they're exactly the same. Great. Yeah, they are. What's really good is that I like the fact that they give us two. Obviously, it gives two shots to do it right. But also, I can actually add these to my carbon fiber one. I was actually worried. I was like, I'm only be able to put one of these stickers on the hood. We have to choose, right? So, luckily, didn't have to do that anymore. Let's take a look at that. Look how detailed this is. Like, it's super, super small. Wow, check out those details. That's super cool. I don't think I can get it any sharper than that. Maybe I can zoom in more. Oh, yeah, there we go. But like they didn't need to do that. Like make it this detailed. And really, it's kind of hard to see the white one. But I mean, they shrunk it down and they made a really, really high quality sticker. And I think that's really cool. So we'll probably add one on my carbon fiber hood too as well. Just because we have them. So let's get started on getting the skin and everything else set. Oh, you know what? I didn't. Oh, I was like, I didn't see the hose. Yes, it is. There is hose. I totally missed that. It was just kind of hidden in there. We got a little hose. We'll get this cut and set too as well. All right. All right. We got our ruler back here. Welcome back. It's been a while. So we are going to be cutting the first one at 95 millimeters. So just hold it down there. It should be pretty simple. 95 millimeters right there. Again, this one doesn't need to be like super exact. It's not like, it's kind of whatever. And then the other two are at 35 millimeters each. All right, got those pieces cut. And it looks like our first step is actually taking, let's get this out of the way here. I'm going to take this silver piece here and then attaching the long hose to this bottom area right here, and then the small hoses on this one and this end. Man, these fit so much better than what we had worked on previously. Sometimes these hoses can be such a pain in the butt. All right, I got the hoses right there. All right, so we've done this before, but it should be the same thing. But there is a variation to this little spring here. There's a longer side than the shorter side. You can kind of see it there. And then we're going to put the shorter side in the front. So you just kind of lay it like so. And that gets kind of placed right there. And then we take this and we actually, you know what? I'm going to put it on this side because it likes to pop out like that. Place it like that. Grab the hood. Just lay it on top so that when I flip it over, we don't lose it. Gonna push that down to make sure, and we still have that hood latch there. Excellent. Turn the page. And then we're going to use the A and M screws. A whole lot of them. Get these screwed in. Now I do think these are very small, so I'm going to get my other screwdriver. And lock this down all over. Sorry, I had to count these real quick to make sure I got everything. It looks like I did, but I have 2 extra screws, which is kind of makes sense. Awesome. All right, so we have all the screws in. Next step in the part is actually attaching the stickers. So they want us to put it in this orientation right here. And then, yeah, we just put them basically right here and right here. And the blue one goes on the left. Do my best. That's good. The white one goes on the right. Looks good. And the final part is actually just aligning the hood spray or the windshield sprayers to this, and this is going to be pointing in this direction, I believe. Yeah. So I'm going to rotate this hose. I'm kind of bending in the wrong direction. All right. Windshield sprayers are in. You can see it there. Hood is basically set, ready to be installed. I indeed have my carbon fiber one, which is kind of funny though, because the carbon fiber one, obviously it is fake carbon fiber, right? You can take a look at it. Oh, it looks really cool. But they made this plastic, and then this is metal, which is kind of funny because, you know, obviously carbon fiber is way more expensive, but obviously it looks cool, you know, just for aesthetic pieces. But the metal one is way heavier. It's just kind of funny how this is significantly lighter than this one. Like, I don't have a scale, but like the metal one's obviously a lot heavier than the carbon fiber one. But the carbon fiber one is plastic, so pretty funny. Still got a sticker. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go and do it right now. Let's go ahead and apply this because I still like this, and I'm gonna be using this one too. In the same spot. They didn't give me the hose sprayer for this, but it is what it is. Looks pretty good. All right. Got the stickers on both the hoods now too as well. Again, no hose sprayers for the carbon fiber one, but who cares, right? Anyway, that is part number 100 of the Toyota Sprinter Trueno AE86 by DeAgostini. I want to thank you guys for joining me today. If you haven't liked the video, please consider that. You know, subscribe if you haven't too as well. Really do appreciate your guys' support. Let's take a look and see what is in part number 101. Aha, cool. So I would not be surprised. And what I'm seeing here are windshield wipers and some screws and some trim pieces for the windshield. Looks like we are going to be probably installing this too as well. Or not this one, but the carbon fiber one too as well. So look forward to that. My name is Micho Makes. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.